Paul Biya of Cameroon has been declared president again, and most people believe the election was rigged. Because of that, there's a lot of people on the street protesting, and understandably so. However, there's some calling for military takeover. Now, when you consider the fact that he's been there forever, it's understandable why people might be like, maybe a military dictatorship might be better than his. Not just in Cameroon, around Africa, there's been a lot of call for military takeover, and that kind of worries me.
In the 1970s and 80s, much of Africa was ruled by men in uniform, promising order, discipline, and progress. But what followed were decades of economic collapse, corruption, and repression.
So, why in 2025 are people still calling for military takeover, and in most cases the citizens actually celebrating it? Have we just forgotten about the past?
Let's break down why this sudden wave of coups might look like hope today, but could end up repeating old mistakes.
In just the last few years, Africa has seen over half a dozen of military takeover. From Mali to Niger to Gabon to Sudan, the reason sounds familiar. Frustration with corrupt politicians, rising insecurities and terrorism, and a sense that democracy has failed to deliver. And what usually happens is that the military marches into the presidential villa, they claim they're saving the nation, and usually they're welcomed by the public. Because after years of broken promises, anything that looks like change feels refreshing. But usually, that feeling never lasts. But we need to ask ourselves the questions: why are people celebrating the military?
Let's be honest. Many Africans are tired. They see elections that don't change anything. They see leaders cling to power, steal public funds, and silence critics. So when the military says, "we'll fix it," it sounds appealing. The soldiers talk about patriotism, about discipline, about protecting the people. But here's the catch: that's exactly what the old junta said too. From Nigeria to Ghana to Uganda, history has already shown us this movie. When soldiers take over, they promise reform, but end up concentrating power in their own hands. Parliaments get dissolved, media is censored, civil rights disappear, and instead of corruption disappearing, it just changes uniform. By the time democracy returns, the economy is weaker, institutions are broken, and the country has lost precious years. So while today's military leaders talk about restoring dignity, the truth is, military rule almost always erodes it.
So, why does it look good for now?
Yes, some of these new military leaders are young, confident, and articulate. They speak the language of the people.
They stand up to the foreign powers and say Africa must take control again. The message resonates, especially with the new generation angry about neo-colonial influence. But leadership isn't about anger, it's about building lasting systems. And militaries are not trained to build, they're trained to obey and control. You can't just gun your way into development. So, what is the real way forward? Africa doesn't need more coup, it needs stronger institutions, courts that work, free media, accountable politicians, and citizens who refuse to be silent when leaders fail them. Democracy may be messy, it may be slow, but it's still the only system that allows corrections without bloodshed. Because when you hand power to the man that has a gun, it's more difficult to ask for it back. The return of military rule may look like a reset, but it's not. It's just a rewind. And Africa has already seen how this story ends. The real revolution isn't in uniform, it's in accountability. It is in citizens demanding better, not different. Do you agree with my views? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think military rule is the way to go in Africa? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, share it amongst your friends, your WhatsApp group, even on Instagram. Until next time, it's a Deliberate Expert, and have a beautiful day.